Welcome to the GMBN Tech Show. Coming up this week, we have got an exciting new helmet.
We've got a really rad bike.
We've got an exciting headset spacer.
Oh, that's good. I feel if any way you could get excited about headset spacers, it's here on Tech.
Let's go.
We've also got a wheel set.
And we've got another competition.
Oh, get in.
Let's go. So, Owen.
Hello.
I think we as a mountain biking community.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, we're community involvement. Brilliant. Yeah.
We've overlooked an arms race.
An arms race?
Within mountain biking.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So often overlooked protection.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm bringing this up. So Canyon have just launched their first mountain bike specific helmet, the Deflector, and it's divided opinion in the office. I think mainly around the strap they've opted to use, but we'll get into it in the news. But there's some tech in that helmet that is, I think, really cool. And unfortunately, I think where it's so divisive in the way it looks, it might get glossed over by a lot of people.
Okay. So one aspect of the helmet will gloss over other bits of tech, which is important. Right, okay,
so
got you.
That sort of brings me on to the point, as a community, are we so fixed on something needs to do this, it needs to look like this, so when something innovative and potentially visually different comes along, we're going to pass judgment on it without trying it?
Oh, like a kind of form over function design debate.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, have we been overlooking protection in mountain biking based on, I guess, previous experiences of armour and preconceived ideas? So I know...
okay. So there's more. It's not just an aesthetic thing, there's a functionality in it.
Yes.
Okay,
so
got you.
Previously, and I am talking a few years ago now, armour was like heavy, it was cumbersome, and pretty unattractive, if I'm honest. So think pressure suits, full faces without ventilation. I mean, at the time it was cutting edge, but looking back at it now, it does all look a little bit overkill and just a bit...
Overkill, I think that's a good term,
But Ferg and I were chatting on the Dirt Shed show about how vain we can be as mountain bikers, but if you are more comfortable wearing armour, wearing a full face when all your mates are in a trail lid, what's wrong with that? So like modern tech, so we've got things like D3O, that other non-Newtonian materials do exist. MIPS, they have seen things slimmed down, and we're now seeing armour getting sort of integrated and sewn into some skin suits, where it's a mandatory requirement to have armour in certain disciplines.
We should just touch on MIPS is more in helmets than it is in pads. D3O is in, well actually I've seen it in helmets, so it's sort of absorbing energy, whereas MIPS, and there's other slide layer systems out there that effectively are offering rotation for your helmet, which can, in effect, not necessarily absorb energy, but stop your brain rotating in your head, which it does a bit anyway, but limits it. Okay.
But where am I going? So I must admit, for a long time, I'd sort of shied away from back protectors and things like that, just because I get really warm, and I think they can look a little bit goofy at times. So we're saying they do make you a little bit sort of hunchback. But when Ferg and I went and rode 4 riders when we were out in Girona, I'm so glad I was wearing that back protector, because fortunately I didn't get to test its full protective capabilities. But again, having that extra armour just elevated that ceiling I was sort of willing to operate at.
Saying all the right things. Saying all the right things. Look, if you want to wear a full face helmet, you want to wear loads of body armour, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. But what I will say is that elevated sense of self-preservation comes with actually lots of risk. So I've been there, I've been to Leger, I've probably a little bit more than a decade ago. And I remember the first time I went light on armour. The next year I armoured up and I got lots and lots of body armour. And you can crash in those old shuttle suits, the Dainese ones, back in the day. If you're old enough, you'll remember them. And you did look a lot like a stormtrooper. And you had to wear, like a extra oversized jersey because the suit was massive and they were hot. But the protection levels they gave you were amazing. However, when you're riding really quickly and you're kind of like, I'll be fine because I'm wearing this, it gets you into a dangerous territory whereby you can easily start riding over your head. which for some people is fine because they don't mind just cracking on. They'll have a crash and they'll just keep going. But for other people, me specifically, because I can only talk of my own experience,
of course,
is that for me, when I was wearing the armour, I kind of like struggled. My movement was different. I wasn't riding as organically or naturally. With a full face helmet, similar experience. Although maybe that I was more kind of trapped by vision. And when I wore full face helmets before, I've ended up not seeing as much. And that kind of peripheral vision and not having the same experience of looking down at the trail and where my hands are, and maybe that's affecting my proprioception, who knows. But for me, I didn't really like it. And then I had this realisation that actually, I don't need to armour up. I just need to ride a little bit slower and within myself. Because I think, for me, mountain biking can be much more than the Bike Park Wales extremophile trail. If you enjoy that, you go for it. If you love hucking, keep doing it. It's a good thing, and it keeps us in jobs because you will break more stuff. If you enjoy flow trails, I'll say, woo, 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 on the helmets. Just ride a little bit slower. Pull that brake. Pump the brakes, ride within yourself.
I mean, that is a very measured approach.
Hi, that's me. But it's a balance, and I think it's that thing of like, for me, I think I see lots of people at trail centres, maybe tamer trail centres, and I'm a very mediocre rider. I'm quite happy to be mediocre because we need medium. Because then it elevates people.
I mean, you did a really good Scandi flick in your tyre knob video.
But I'm a mediocre rider. It's fine. But I think it's really easy to kind of think that you need lots and lots of armour, and that might mean that you ride above yourself, and body armour can protect against lots of scratches, lots of things, but you're still probably going to break a collarbone or break a bone. But if you kind of go, oh, hang on, if I'm not, I better be careful here. If I crash, I could really hurt myself. That's probably a good thing. Self-preservation is useful.
Yeah. That's a good point. So,
No, you've said you want body armour. You wear it. It's good.
I'm 100% for it. So I'm going to dive in from the e-bike angle.
Great.
Now, so these bikes, they're obviously, we'll get to the downhill bit, but they give you the potential to go uphill, not only quicker, but up some more, I guess, technically challenging sections that you wouldn't necessarily do on your naturally aspirated bike. So, and those technical bits do tend to be quite chunky. So imagine where you'd have previously just like pootled up a fire road to get to the trailhead, and now you're going up all this winding stuff, maybe doing a little bit of trial sort of tech on the way up. If you stall on a bike that weight, no matter what speed it is, that's going to hurt if you go down. So where you may have not worn, say, like knee pads, back protector going uphill previously, there's a need to there. And then when you do get to the downhill section of it, obviously you've got the heavier bike with more momentum potentially equals bigger crash.
I think if you're riding downhill trails, there's no question that you should wear the appropriate armour that you need. I think if you're riding like a trail e-bike and you're enjoying techie climbs, I would say there's 0 point wearing a full face helmet. And zero, I'm a flat pedal rider in general. I've not worn shin pads for quite some time. Modern shoes are great. They're so grippy. Whereas back in the day, you would slip pedals. My shins are scarred from it. But I think it's a thing of like how you ride naturally. So if you prefer like having a sort of buffer of this perception of kind of protection. But I did a ride with Jonesy where I rode down some of the gnarliest stuff I've ever ridden down. And I rode up some of the gnarliest stuff. There's a really fun video of me and Jonesy climbing, and there's guys on enduro motorbikes in body armour failing to get up the same thing that I barely cleaned, and Jonesy just cleaned. Like, not a dab anywhere, just clean as you like. But it's about how you're riding. If it gives you a bit more confidence, great. If you don't find it gives you confidence and you then kind of think about the risk, then maybe you should be thinking about the risk. And I think that's that thing with body armour. Can be great, but if you're entering a space where you feel like you need armour and your skill set isn't there, it's not going to help you. It's not a skills booster. Practicing is. Practice versus protection.
There is no bypass on practice, is there?
Well, there can be, But
again, using the e-bike as an example, this may be a chat to get Steve involved in, but it's enabling people to go places they wouldn't necessarily have been able to go for their skill set and end up in situations where, that armour is potentially required more than it would have been previously.
I'm gonna disagree again. Like, again, if you're heading out on e-bikes are fantastic for like broadening your horizons. Again, Jonesy sent me on a bonkers loop. I think it was probably close to 100k to try and empty the battery on an e-bike, which I failed to do. The bike was exceptionally good. I didn't need extra body armour. I needed extra snacks and maybe like extra layers. So I think there's those levels of protection, which I think some people who are maybe entering the market of mountain biking being like, we need to pad up, and they're forgetting to go, actually, I need to probably take like a little first aid kit. I probably need to take that emergency sort of like tin foil wrap, because back to the protection, you can wear loads of protection, but if you break your collarbone, or you break a rib, or you break something else and you have to be immobile on a hillside, okay, the protection's going to provide a little bit of warmth, but that tin foil wrap that you might laugh about, or like, I haven't got a first aid kit. Well, I think that's actually where some of the back protectors are a bit like Ergon have got one that's got a bladder in and it's got space for a little first aid kit. Then you're like, okay, we're kind of entering that space a bit like a camelback, where you can take the appropriate stuff out. So I'd argue that if you like protection, you wear protection, you keep wearing it. But if you're heading out further, think about first aid kits, think about the extra kit, not about, I've definitely got to have elbow pads. That's my take.
No, that's fair. I'll always be on the side of if it elevates your confidence on the bike, regardless of what everyone thinks, go for it. Stop judging.
I am judging.
He is judging. But again, I tried a Bluegrass Jetro for the first time when we were in Girona, and I was riding a trail I'd not ridden before, and the confidence it gave me just to press that a little bit harder.
There you go. You've said it. Pressing a bit harder. Is that necessary on the trail? Are you riding within yourself?
So
there we go.
I enjoy that.
No, that's great. No, but that's the thing, isn't it? Like, if you're riding above and over yourself, then also you need to take your first aid kit. Then it's great. I think there's lots of riders that think that's a default setting, that they have to wear all this armour, and you don't. And actually, not wearing armour and being aware of the risks that are around you that could happen at any time, of going, actually, I'm normally a red route rider, but I've never done this blue, or I've never been to this trail centre first. I'll just do this one first. Again, speaking from experience, blue trails can bite.
So, we want to hear your opinion on this, because we've obviously got opinions on this. So, do you think we overlook the intended purpose of armour? Are we bypassing, the necessary skill sets we need when we go out to ride by wrapping ourselves up? Or, are you function over form, like I am? So let us know down in the comments. I'm really interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, it'd be good.
And we are on to the news now. So we're going to start with that Canyon Deflector helmet we mentioned at the head of the topic. So Canyon is now producing mountain bike helmets. It's using a technology, it's not specific to them, known as the RLS, so Release Layer System. Essentially, it's a system that uses dual shells separated by a release layer membrane made up of polycarbonate bearings.
I guess it's in a similar mind, and I feel like lawyers everywhere are getting excited. Ooh. So MIPS have a slide layer technology. POC did something similar, but there was a re-agreement, let's say, with MIPS. This feels like a similar experience, trying to kind of limit rotation and how that affects your brain. So we've got these slide layers. I guess the other thing is actually as these pop off, because I think that's what they're meant to do.
So on impact, they separate and reduce that rotating force.
You kind of like, that absorbs some of energy, effectively. Something kind of like popping off. You're having to force it off. It's interesting stuff.
So as a result of that, it is currently occupying the #1 spot on Virginia Tech's safety ranking list.
Okay, interesting.
Quite cool. Away from that, it's got some other cool features. So 3-position visor that works really well with glasses storage, and a magnetically attached rear light.
Okay.
So if you are doing night rides, riding to and from the trails, you can just pop it in your pocket or in your backpack when you're riding.
Which is nice.
Pop it back when I know we spoke about attaching things to helmets previously, and having a quickly removable system is good.
Well, I think relates to that. We talk about safety, and we often see people putting, there was a a moment in time, probably about a decade ago, where people were putting GoPros on their helmets, and the USI were very much like, no, don't do that. Yep. But there was logic as to why, if you're designing a helmet and you're bolting something on that's quite rigid, and then your head does other stuff. There is also, we need to talk about the strap as well, because this is a little bit different too, isn't it? I believe this is again a separate sort of technological company called High Bar, even though it's a low bar. So effectively the chin strap, opposed to being sort of like a Y-shaped ensemble made from fabric with a clip underneath, whether that be a jazzy magnet thing or just a normal buckle. This one is much like the retention system on the back of other helmets where you've got a dial. You've got a dial under your chin. We have seen prototypes being used at World Cups already, so it's interesting.
I think we've seen that strap used on, I think Canyon had some road lids earlier in the year as well, with that on as well. So that's now made its way onto this, which is
very interesting.
So, available in 3 colours, black, desert and metallic olive. And in pounds, dollars and euros, it is $159.95.
I mean, it's pricey, but it's not as pricey as I thought it might be. There's a lot of tech in there. Tell us what you think about it. Are you a fan of the bar? Are you a fan of that new outer tech? Let us know.
I saw this when I was writing the news, and I thought it was right up your street. So,
thank you. That's very nice. Yeah. I'm assuming. I don't know. I think it's Steiner or Stinner.
Stinner?
Correct me, please. My pronunciation is always bad. I've got an excuse. I am dyslexic, so my brain is different, honest. I mean, it's different anyway. Right, we've got a Frameworks tie clunker. I know, that hot topic, clunkers, they're making a comeback. Not really, don't worry. It's just a sort of one-off. We've got bee-blasted raw titanium frame, which is beautiful. We've got like an extra top tube just for the look. We've got curved tubes. It is very limited edition. There's only 20 being made, and they're all made in Santa Barbara. And it is very blingy. Yeah. And it does have a price tag.
Just shy of $6,000 or £4,000. But it has got, like you're saying, respectable big name parts in it. So Thompson, White Industries, S&M. Vans, as in the shoe Vans. On the grips.
Nice.
And then Shimano hub, and I think it's the chain on it. Yep. Yeah. One size fits most. With most builds. Well, they're saying the builds are looking to be ready early 2026.
Nice.
Which is cool.
I think just it's rad. Oh, it's got a Brooks saddle on there too, so that is...
even more up your street. That headset spacer I mentioned at the top. So Portland Design Works. It's called
I know them. Yeah.
It's called the Bingo headset spacer. It's essentially, CNC'd from a single piece of aluminium, as you'd expect with headset spacer. 5mm thick, works with 1 1/8 steerers. Ultimately, it's got these 2 little bits, one either side, for attaching feedbacks to on short mountain bike stems.
I like that a lot, actually. That is very handy.
So, snacks or hipster craft ales, if that is your thing.
Effectively, lots of these feed bags, I mean, Toe Peak do one. Yeah, you can put snacks in them. They're really good for Haribo or insert your candy. You can put it straight in. But the problem is with a itty-bitty mountain bike stem, there's no space. But with this, you can attach it in a really nice way. Yeah. I like that.
$25 if anyone's interested. So
I am.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Very good. And there is a Portland link, because we're now going to talk about Chris King.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so Chris King, who make lots of very nice hubs, lots of very nice bearings. They did work with Forge and Bond for their rims, because the environmental sort of impacts of Chris King products is really important to Chris King. And there is a Chris King, who is the owner of Chris King. He's got a very nice cafeteria in his restaurant. He tried to provide for all his employees. Forge and Bond now not making rims. So that's left a gap in their lineup for carbon rims. And roughly about the same time, we've now got reserve wheels, which is kind of good, isn't it?
Yes, so whilst this isn't a specifically dedicated downhill wheel, it's been developed through the partnership between Reserve and the Santa Cruz Syndicate downhill team.
So it's been in the works even before Forge and Bond melted away.
You could say it's got World Championship potential.
Definitely. Yeah, definite potential.
So it's a Reserve 30 HD rim. They say it's specifically designed for trail riding and the Abuse trail bikes dish out. It's optimised for 2.5-inch tyres with a 30mm internal rim width with a revised rim bed to aid installing tyres. These are then laced onto those Chris King 6-bolt ratchet-driven hubs. And that ratchet system, 72 points of simultaneous engagement with a one-piece axle, which they say provides a platform that makes your suspension perform better and gets every one of the watts you make into the dirt.
I guess, depending on what tyre you've got. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What's also fun about Chris King stuff is that whilst they've got the ratchet, they also, they have like service stuff. So you'll have like service centres across the world, which will be able to service the hub, like do stuff, replace parts. But that's part of the Chris King vibe, is that, you can do it. Yeah, it's quite fun, isn't it?
So on that note, it uses in-house made wheel bearings with heavy-duty seals to prevent moisture ingressing, which is great over here, I think.
Well, and in Portland as well. It's wet there.
There we go. So the Chris King element is backed by a lifetime warranty, so the hubs, and then the reserve element backed by a 5-year crash replacement policy, and then they've also got the reserve backed lifetime warranty on the rims, so I guess that's manufacturing defects.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they are e-bike approved, and pricing is from just shy $2,200. On to bad news corner.
Oh, I thought we got rid of it.
I know. Deviate this time, unfortunately. So I guess after delays to stock availability earlier in the year and then the resulting reduction in cash, Deviate Cycles Limited is now insolvent, or it was. So as we've seen many times this year, so the brand becomes insolvent and then the offers to buy the company have been insufficient. So founder Ben Jones has stepped in to buy the company's assets.
Right, okay.
He's done it with a priority to look after existing customers and provide them and their retailers of their products with spare parts. Whilst he's still working on a plan for moving the company forwards, he's emphasising it's this loyalty to existing customers he's providing. And I mean, I personally, I'd love to see him bounce back. Like, I'd love to take this opportunity just to shout out their collab with Craft Bikes earlier in this year with the Highlander V2. I mean, it looks stunning, and I'd love to see things like that continue.
Yeah, it felt like for a long time they were kind of like developing lots of bikes that were very good for people to, work on themselves. They were high pivot, but they were kind of easier to work on high pivots than others. So it's fingers crossed for them. Hopefully they come back.
Yeah, nice to have
Kona or Rocky Mountain.
Another UK-based brand come back. That'll be really cool.
Fingers crossed.
But in a more positive light,
return of Good News Corner?
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully that's next week.
Woo.
But competition time.
Oh, excellent. Right,
So we can start by announcing the winners of the Topeak competition. So that was the...
Is it me?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
I'm sorry to break it to you, mate.
Sad times.
But this was the competition where you could win one of 2 bundles, which included the Topeak e-Booster Digital and then the complete set of Turboflow valves.
Ah, yes. Very good.
So we've got the winners on screen now.
Ooh, well done.
There we go. Well done. If your name has just appeared, get in touch with us via Instagram or Facebook, and we will get those products sent out to you.
Oh, gee, very exciting.
And then, since it is coming up to the season of giving, we've got another competition, but this time from FSA.
Oh, full speed ahead with the competitions then.
It's a really good competition as well.
Great.
See what I did?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, seamless.
So follow the link down below between the 9th and 19th of December for your chance to win an Afterburner i27 wheel set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great wheel set as well.
Really cool. And speaking of Christmas, there's still time to make the most of the amazing discounts on our store at the minute. So final shipping dates are on screen now. So get your orders in and you'll get them before the big day. Quiz time. And last week we asked you, Giant are a huge brand, but can you name the actual first downhill World Championship winning bike and who was the racer?
This one was a while ago, and it was quite taxing, which I'm quite pleased about. I don't think the quiz for pride points only should be easy. We shouldn't have like a million answers. Do you know? I mean, the answer's in front of you, but did you know?
I didn't.
All right,
I must admit, it's a little bit before my time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Who would have thought? I'll roll with it. Okay, so it was Miles Rockwell. There'd been a massive run of Nico Vulio's winning just every year. I was defoed because Steve Peat was second, but still, Miles Rockwell winning, nice. better than Nico winning. Sierra Nevada in Spain in 2000.
Nice, and that was on the ATX?
I think it was ATX 1DH. Effectively, lots of people were like, oh, that was on the Intense, and it was like, aha, almost. That was why I was trying to catch you out, is quite a lot of Intense team riders Giant team riders used rebadged Intenses with kind of new stickers. Famously, Tomac, I think he got a silver medal in Chateau in 97, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive.
Nice.
But this was actually a Giant.
Okay.
It was really cool. Rob Warner you would have seen that bike if you're looking at any kind of UK media at that time, which would have been, printed on dead trees. But yeah. Right, interesting answers. What have we got?
So we got, Tim. It was Miles Rockwell who got their their first win, DH World Champ, Sierra Nevada. It was ATX 1DH. He does remember something about a corner being cut on that course, which would put Mr. Hart as the first winner on the Giant Anthem in 2011, but you can't find anything to back that rumour up.
I think it's just a rumour. I think the course cutting is another American who wins a world champion. Greg Herbold. Allegedly.
And then, we got Shut Up Meg. Miles Rockwell on an ATX 1DH, notable because it wasn't an Intense M1, so as you said, and he had a poster of it in the room as a young'un.
He's right, but notable because it wasn't an Intense. Very good. Yeah, it wasn't an Intense at all. Yeah.
And then, Stephen, quiz time. The bike was the ATX 1DH and it was ridden by Miles Rockwell. For bonus points, year 2000. So,
yeah, there we go.
To the point. New question time.
Okay, super, right. Well, this is your question,
It
so
is.
you go for it.
We spoke about rider protection at the top of the show. We're partnered with Bluegrass for it. So I want you guys to tell us when did Bluegrass essentially originate and what was its first product?
Ooh, that's a toughie.
And we're on to cool stuff we have seen. So what cool stuff have we seen this week, Owen?
Well, this is yours. This is all your stuff.
It is all mine.
We've had the weird bike already. So we've had the kind of like clunker cruiser. So what have we got?
So this popped up the other night. So FMD X Ocwo. It's a video called The Jump. Essentially, it's a short, sort of insightful look into the Orbea FMD racing and how they jumped onto Ocwo wheels this year and were actually quite successful.
Well, they won a World Cup. I mean, fair play. Yeah. If you kind of like first season you do that, you're doing well.
Yeah, so Ocwo is essentially Orbea's, I guess, parts arm.
Wheels arm, I believe.
Wheels arm, yeah. They do handlebars and
I think that's OC. I feel like it's different again. Yeah, Ocwo is a separate wheel brand.
There we go, you learn something every day. But yeah, it's just a really cool video, some really, obviously phenomenal riding in, obviously storying the 2025 season for Tani, Martin and the gang. Go check it out because, it was quite interesting.
Oh, no, very good. Like that. Yeah, we'll watch.
And the second bit I've got in cool stuff this week is a wrap-up from Matthew Fairbrother on his recent El Salvador trip.
He's the kiddo that rides to all the enduro stages, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay, so he's quite literally ridden the entire enduro circuit and done much more.
I think he should just do ultra racing. I don't want to break it to you, but just go to ultras. You're basically doing it already, but you'll be on a lighter bike. It'd be great.
There we go. But talking about lighter bikes, it's just highlighting that yes, he is on. I think it is a DV8. So I hope he does find a cool brand to work with moving forwards. But he's just like highlighting that just big bikes aren't just for smashing up and downhill. You can explore, you can see the world on them and have these amazing experiences, because I know I'm guilty of just trying to make bikes go faster, but just sit up and immerse yourself in your surroundings.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, mountain biking can be just fun. Doesn't have to just be fast. Very good.
And we're on to hashtag #askgmbntech. Tech.
Oh, very good. Like this one, yeah.
So got a question this week from Liquid Maker 6793. Why don't brake pads come bedded? I assume you bedded in.
Bedded in, right, of course.
Yeah,
great question.
So my initial thought was the process of bedding in doesn't lend itself to being, well, once you've got your brake pads bed in, if you leave them sat for a while, they do glaze over and...
I'm going to just stomp all over you. Is
Go
that
for
right?
it. Go for it, sir.
Okay, cool. Like, yes, there is factors in terms of like potentially if there's metally bits, you'll get like some corrosion in a shop depending on humidity. So 100% a factor. Glazing over, I've not seen that. Not saying it can't happen. Maybe it does. But the whole process of bedding in is you're spreading, smearing like butter on toast. Maybe that's a bad analogy. Some of the pad material onto the rotor. So potentially brands could do it. They could get a rotor and pad set and they're bedded in together, because that's the key bit, is that you're not only are you kind of like curing and heating in a controlled way the pad and bringing that kind of abrasive material on the brake pad itself up to temperature. You're also sharing that pad material onto the rotor so that they're paired and bedded in. So you're removing the flat spots. You're kind of filling in at the microscopic level. I'm not saying it's gappy. I'm not saying you fill in the holes in your disc rotor. Microscopic level, you're filling in that pad material so it can grip better. So they at the moment, I'm yet to see a brand do it. Doesn't say they can't, but your pads are going to be for bedding in with your rotor. So there's the two-part process of that clearing, setting the pad up, but also bonding it to the rotor. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to do that in a factory, like you're saying, you'd have to, I guess, well, not quite perfectly, but get your caliper aligned on your rotor, and then have a jig that the bike is then put into to bed said pads in. Well,
I have seen it. Nigel Reeves, a very good race mechanic who used to work on Canyon Collective team, he made his own special rig to bed in pads, and basically it had like a motor and hub in a weird magic clampy thing. And he had a set of like essentially the whole team were using the same caliper, the same pads. So he'd mount the rotor onto the hub, the dummy hub, spin it up with a drill, pump the brake so that they were bedding in, and he'd have a bedding in machine. And it was awesome. Okay, it was kind of like, it's not, it's sort of portable if you're like Canyon, you've got a massive trailer. But then Cinter have got their machine where you can just kind of run
the floor-based one.
But that's whole bike. So maybe we'll see it in the future. Watch this space.
And we're on to your comments. So last week we had some exciting new bikes, which included another 32er. And we asked in the comments, would you want to give one a go?
Yeah. Bonneville County, Idaho. I'm assuming that's a place.
It sounds like a place.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds like an address. Very good. I would absolutely ride a 32-inch wheel. Penny farthings had up to 54, but because that was before pneumatic tyres and paved roads were common, and larger wheels tended to roll over the bad, I think uncommon is what it should be. So yeah, that's why. I think lots of people are like, oh yeah, well it's just a penny farthing. It's not that big. 36s are real big, but the other thing about penny farthings, the reason why we had to have penny farthings is we hadn't got a chain then. So you needed two key inventions to have the safety bike, pneumatic tyre, which, I mean, in itself is just mind-blowing in terms of how good it is, and also the chain. They're also pretty special. So, but yeah, great that you're keen on 32s. They're coming soon.
I think he says we should get Connor on at some point with his El Alto build.
Well, I mean, little wheel El Alto, which I think we have done before, but yeah, that was designed around 36-inch wheels, even bigger.
Nuke the Flon man? I butchered that. Maybe. Worried about wheel weight being a concern for me, but given my insim is 32 inches as well, would I even be able to straddle a bike with such large wheels? Oh well, I'm still happy with my full sus 26er, except one detail, I'm starting to find it harder to get my hands on good, not cheap, 26-inch tyres, so much so that you had to, I think, buy them online instead of going to your local bike shop.
I mean, don't forget that we did, from Eurobike, a couple of brands did release 26-inch tyres with kind of updated carcass and updated tread patterns, so they are still available, but yeah, if your local bike shop has got loads of 29s in the area, it's hard for them to stock
I think,
loads.
Unfortunately, where 26 is potential, I'll call it an outlier now.
Ooh.
They're not going to hold stock of that because obviously that's a cost to them. So if you ask nicely, they might be able to get it in for you.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So always go and have a chat.
Yeah, indeed. Also, don't worry about it being like there's XC racers who do not have an inside leg of 32 and they're riding on 29ers. They can make it work.
There we go.
I think there's some design issues. Maybe longer travel it won't work, but yeah, exciting to see, to be fair. Okay. Rake Toped?
Sorry.
I think, anyway. Hi, your name is on screen. I do apologise. He also rides a 26-inch dirt jump next to his mullet MTB, and he loves both. He's not interested in 32ers, but he suspects they won't go away. Maybe it'll be the new standard. Or maybe you could choose between 32er or 29er when you're building up a new bike. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how it develops and what brands commit, where it grows. Is it just going to be an XC thing? Is it going to be XC race? Or are we going to see other types of bikes with these big wheels on? Fun stuff.
Sadie Jones for our last comment. Definitely more DJs, please, as in DJ or dirt jump?
I think dirt jump. I did ask the question.
So we probably need to learn how to jump properly first before that happens.
You crack on. Cool. I'll let you take that one for the team.
I'll put my armour on.
There you go.
I'll hit the jumps. There we go.
He said it, and he's got to do it. Whereas I'm quite happy not doing that. Right. I can go to a pump track though. I could use a dirt jump bike there.
Yeah, there we go. Right. Very quickly before we get too carried away with planning.
Yes.
What are we looking forward to in the coming week?
Lots of exciting things. Yes. I will say that one.
Yeah, and I am going to see if you can repair a carbon bike frame yourself.
Ooh, interesting stuff.
Yes. So, if you have liked today's show and you have got opinions, good or bad, just be nice about body armour and riding, get it down in the comments, hit a like if you've liked this, and then subscribe so we'll see you next time.